All right, welcome everyone. This is Mr. Crawford, and today I'm going to be discussing Integrated Math 3's Practice 8, something known as synthetic division. So on the assignment here, we did an example of synthetic division, and I wrote down all the steps that you can read and go over anytime that you need to. But I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into example 1 and say the steps out loud and work it out, and hopefully some of this will start to take shape. Whenever you're asked to divide a couple of polynomials with synthetic division, the first thing you want to do is set this one equal to 0 and find out what you get. Now I know that if I put x plus 2 equals 0, my answer is just going to be the opposite of what it is in here. It would be negative 2. So I'm going to take the opposite of that, put that number in a box, like so. Sorry, my pen is not writing too well. So the opposite of positive 2 being negative 2. I'm then going to take each one of the coefficients of this polynomial, x to the third plus 6x squared minus 2x plus 12, and I'm going to write them all next to the box numbers. That's a 1 in front of the x to the third if we don't see a number, 6, positive 2, and negative 12. Leave myself a little space. I'm going to draw a line. And the first number, we just drop it below the line. Any number that falls below the line now multiplies the number in the box. So 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. We place that number underneath the next coefficient. Then we combine these two numbers. 6 minus 2 makes 4. 4 multiplies negative 2 and gives me negative 8. Combine 2 and negative 8, I get negative 6. Negative 6 multiplies the box number and I get a positive 12. Negative 12 and positive 12 make 0. This last number is known as the remainder. Okay? Well, there is no remainder, so this one divided evenly. And now we write the answer as a polynomial that always starts with 1 degree lower than what this one was. So because this one started as x to the third, our answer is going to start with x to the second. If this had been x to the 15th power, our answer would have started with x to the 14th power. So we got 1 for our coefficient, or 1x squared, plus a 4x, and then minus 6. Okay. And we have done division. Example 2, the opposite of this number would be a positive 3. We'll place that in a box. All my coefficients, 2, negative 2, negative 17, and 15. Draw myself a line, drop my first 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Combine these two, I get 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Combine these two, I get negative 5. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15, and I end up with a remainder of 0. Because this one started as x to the third, my answer is going to start with x to the second. So 2x to the second power plus 4x minus 5. Coming over here to the last example, number 3. The opposite of the divisor here, the number in the box would be negative 1. Coefficients are 4, negative 6, negative 1, and 7. Give myself some space, drop the 4. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. Combine these two numbers, I get negative 10. Negative 1 and negative 10 make a positive 10. Combine these two numbers and I get 9. Negative 1 times 9 is negative 9. Combine these two numbers, I get negative 2. This time I end up with a remainder. A remainder of negative 2. So it did not divide evenly. The answer still goes the same way because this one started as x to the third. Ours is going to start with x to the second. So we're going to take 4x to the second minus 10x plus 9. And if we end up with a remainder, we write an additional plus sign, and then we make ourselves a fraction bar. The remainder goes at the top of that fraction, and the divisor, whatever it was we were dividing by, goes at the bottom. All right, that takes care of that. Tune in for part 2 to see the backside.